Watch that reaction closely. Kelsey Plum bumping Caitlin Clark off the ball, Caitlin shouting at refs about the holding, and WNBA coaches courtside laughing. That isn't just practice hoops. It is two rivals fighting for one roster spot, neither yielding. Behind closed doors at the USA basketball camp in North Carolina, a major event occurred. A reporter named Sabrina, inside the facility, released details convincing fans that Caitlin Clark didn't merely attend this camp. She absolutely dominated it. Here is what makes this fascinating. This was Caitlin's first proper 5-on-5 play since July 15th. That is almost 5 months away from the court, after plantar fasciitis cut her sophomore year short. No WNBA matches, no overseas play, just pure rehab. She didn't enter a gentle scrimmage scenario. USA Basketball used scout teams playing with FIBA-level physicality. That is rougher than the WNBA, which spent all of 2025 facing criticism for allowing players to be mauled. They tested if Caitlin could manage international intensity after missing half the season.
Where she sort of finished through traffic. She'd been struggling a little bit, got through to the hoop, just like yells right in like
season. Describing it now, the step-back three landed, the passes connected. Yet some bigs couldn't manage Caitlin's feeds. De'Erica Hamby caught one, brought it low, and promptly got blocked. That isn't a Caitlin Clark issue. It is a Caitlin Clark skill level others haven't seen. She doesn't just pass. She places it precisely where needed, so you catch and score in one motion. This is why Aaliyah Boston excelled with her all year. Boston knew if the ball was coming, keep hands high, because it arrives ready to shoot. All right, recall where the politics enter. Remember, when De'Erica Hamby went public last year, claiming politics kept Caitlin off the Olympic squad, that the choice wasn't about basketball? Many dismiss that as bitterness. But Sabrina's eyewitness report paints a totally different
after missing half a season.
She looked like Caitlin, right? Like the step back three was there, the passes were there. When she was not playing with Aaliyah Boston, some of the bigs didn't know what to do with her passes. Like there was one time where she passed it to Hamby and Hamby like brought the ball down. It's like, you can't do that. Like this is not, you have to keep it up, right?
Straight up, right.
Just like not expecting, where that was coming. But FIBA, naturally, just a lot more physical than other levels of basketball, even more physical than the WNBA.
Different image. She describes a player entering camp after 5 months away, immediately competing at peak levels against FIBA intense defense, looking like she belonged against Kelsey Plum, against Breanna Stewart, and the best talent USA Basketball could assemble. Caitlin Clark is still recovering from injury. Her conditioning isn't fully back. She is getting her legs and lungs ready after months of low activity, facing scout players instructed to play physical, FIBA-style defense. That isn't a setup for success.
And was individually telling media members how nice it was just to talk to them again, and that she was just part of the basketball process, even if that includes all of these other responsibilities.
So there you have it, fam. Caitlin Clark been an absolute beast at the training camp. Shout out to her, man. Now, I already kind of knew Kelsey Plum and Caitlin Clark was going to be going after it. All right, those are two players battling for that one position, right? And these are two players that absolutely as crowds.
It is a test meant to reveal weakness. According to every detail Sabrina shares, Caitlin passed with flying colors. Coaches were impressed. Players recognized her skill. Even the way Sabrina speaks suggests this was not merely a good showing. But everyone thinks if Caitlin Clark plays like this at camp and misses the team, it proves Hamby was right. It proves the 2024 Olympic choice was political, not basketball-based. You can't have it both ways. You cannot claim she wasn't ready for Olympic hoops in 2024. Watch her dominate a 2025 USA camp while recovering, and then leave her off the roster again. At that point, you are admitting the decision has nothing to do with what occurs on the court. But, yes, it was interesting to see what Kara Lawson is prioritizing regarding how she wants to imprint this program. Let's discuss what Kara Lawson prioritizes here. She is evaluating players in live games for the first time in months. Caitlin hasn't played since July 15th. The 4 Sparks players ended their season September 11th. Some athletes have been off nearly half a year. That is intentional. USA Basketball wants to see who kept conditioning, who kept skills sharp, and who competes after time away. It isn't just talent. It is professionalism and prep. Based on Sabrina's report, Caitlin checked every box. Here is why this matters for Caitlin's 3rd WNBA season. She is proving the injury isn't a long-term worry. She demonstrates her game translates to international physicality, showing time off didn't dull her skills or competitive fire. Remember how her sophomore season began? Triple-double in the opener, averaging 19 points.
Around to Spike Lee saying, hey, you need to give me some more of that. Nah, speak up, man. I need to hear that, S. Right, I need to hear it. And Caitlin Clark having the whole crowd yelling at her. She's like, yeah, come on, yeah. And then ended up shutting them up. I mean, that video was crazy. I think it was a high school or maybe college. I think it was a college video. Whole crowd just shut up. The guys over there. Hey, man, 2 absolute dogs, man. And we know Caitlin Clark is going to give it.
And 9 assists in 5 games. Then injuries piled up. Ankle issues, plantar fasciitis, the toll of teams targeting her nightly. If she stays healthy for a full season, we are talking about an MVP caliber player entering her prime. The contrast between her and Kelsey Plum is perfect for this camp. Both are elite guards who demand the ball and thrive in spotlights. Kelsey told Spike Lee to speak up if he had words. Caitlin fed off hostile road crowds in college, turning them silent. Put them on one court vying for the same spot, and you get fireworks. That moment Sabrina described, with Kelsey finishing in traffic and yelling in faces, is classic Kelsey. She has done that her whole career. But Caitlin, matching that intensity, yelling at refs about grabs, shows she isn't intimidated by the moment. She came to North Carolina to prove she belongs, holding nothing back. What is interesting is the WNBA coaches' reaction. Sitting courtside watching, they are cracking up. They aren't worried. They are entertained because they know what they are seeing. They are watching 2 absolute competitors go at it, knowing only one might make the roster. Think about that pressure. USA Basketball training camp isn't a casual pickup game. Every rep matters. Every possession is judged. You are watched by women's basketball's best coaches, surrounded by the world's...
There's a clip showing De'Arica Hamby getting that double team hard hedge going on Caitlin, and they were like, oh, Caitlin is still pushing off. Look, Hamby arm was across Caitlin's chest. All right, I did want to bring this into this video. Hamby reaching across the chest is a foul on Hamby. All right, she was restricting her freedom of movement. You can't do that, fam. You gotta slide those puppies. Now, I'm not too surprised that players could not handle Caitlin Clark passes. We saw that happen in the first year, right? So when you have
defense recovers. That is why her chemistry with Aaliyah Boston was special. Boston understood the timing. She knew when Caitlin threw a pass into traffic, it would arrive perfectly. Keep hands up, catch clean, finish strong. Other players are still learning that language. The FIBA physicality detail is key. International ball allows hand-checking, body contact, and aggression that draws fouls in the WNBA. It is a grinding style. USA Basketball instructed the scout team to play that way. They wanted to see who handles getting bumped and bodied on every possession. Caitlin didn't just handle it, she excelled. That is significant because a criticism regarding her Olympic exclusion was whether she could adjust to FIBA rules. Now we have an answer. She can, doing it while ramping up from injury. Here is the political calculation USA Basketball must make. If they leave Caitlin off the roster after this, they open themselves to massive criticism. The fan base that drove WNBA ratings to records in 2025, largely because of Clark, will ask why the star can't make the national team. If the answer is anything other than performance, it creates a PR nightmare. But if they roster her, they admit the 2024 decision was wrong. They validate everyone who said she belonged in Paris, confirming politics, not performance, drove that choice. Either way, USA Basketball is in a tough spot. Sabrina's reporting suggests Caitlin made this decision easy from a basketball standpoint. She showed up, competed at the highest level, and proved she belongs. Now it is up to the committee to decide if they make a basketball decision or a political one. The smile on Caitlin's face, Sabrina mentioned, matters too. Last season was brutal. Physical targeting, injuries, drama, conspiracies about the fever shutting her down. It was exhausting. Living through it had to be draining. So seeing her back, competing, enjoying the process, is refreshing. That is a player remembering why she loves basketball. The competition, the challenge. That joy will carry into her third WNBA season. The question is simple. Did Caitlin Clark do enough to make the USA roster? Based on Sabrina, yes. She looked like Caitlin. The step-back three was there. Passes were there. She competed physically, brought intensity, and proved the injury isn't holding her back. If she doesn't make this team, we know it wasn't about basketball. That is a conversation USA Basketball doesn't want, because you can't watch a player dominate camp and leave them home unless something other than performance drives you. What do you think? Did Caitlin Clark prove she belongs? Or is there a legitimate basketball reason to leave her off? Drop your take in the comments, hit subscribe, and let's see how USA Basketball handles this, because this is about to get very interesting.